Gracin, and one thing to know about Gracin is that he is very dedicated to learning. He loves learning. So within the first couple of days of Blue Sim, he finished his base project. I think he was the first one in our class to finish his base project. But after he did that, he didn't just settle, he moved on to something new, a new area, because he loved learning and exploring. He went on to character recognition. He spent probably 2 or 3 weeks on character recognition. I mean, every time that I'd check in on him, he'd be applying a new filter to his camera or playing around with it. And after the 2 or 3 weeks, he decided he was at a stopping point. But knowing Gracin, he didn't just stop. He went even further and he explored a different area. Instead, he went into voice recognition. So you can see that he's very explorative. So without further ado, here's Gracin.
All right, well, thank you, Tarn, for the introduction. My name's Gracin. I go to Los Gatos High. If you couldn't tell by now, my project was the smart glasses. Now, originally, as Tarn mentioned, the base project was to have these glasses sort of detect different objects. So if I pointed this at the box, it'd tell me it's a box. Now, the reason why I chose this project was because I saw the Meta Ray-Ban glasses, you know, the ones to take photos and videos, and I was really intrigued by those, and I wanted to try and replicate it, and I'd say I did a pretty good job. So here, I'll quickly show you a quick demo of what my assistant does, and here I have my Raspberry Pi attached to a case, and then attached an armband which will wrap around my left bicep. And if I run this program right here, it's first going to open a live feed of what my camera sees right here. In addition, it's going to sort of detect the noise level, the sort of the background noise right now, for 3 seconds. So if everyone stays quiet, we'll have a go. So here it's done calibrating, and the reason why I have this done is so if you're in a very noisy environment, the background audio will be super high. Now you don't want that to be filtering into your microphone. So what this does, it filters out anything below that certain audio level, and then anything above that will be considered as real audio. So in this case, the energy threshold was roughly 300, which is fine. So if Aurora likes me, I'll call Aurora, and then the bot will turn on. So Aurora, Aurora. Oh, she really doesn't like me. I'll try one more time. Aurora. Okay, well, that's fine. I have a prepared video from yesterday. I actually recorded this, so I'll play that right now. Here, I'm running the exact same thing. This was in one of the classrooms, J6. So here, if you can read it, probably not, but it's recalibrating the background audio. In this case, the energy threshold was roughly 400. And then when I call Aurora, the bot's going to turn on. So right there, it says that it's turned on. And then there are 2 commands that are hard-coded into Aurora. The first one is object detection, or I can say, what is this? What am I looking at? Object detection, anything along those lines. It'll take a photo of this camera screen and then send it to OpenAI, and then OpenAI will determine what I'm looking at. So in this case, it determined that what I was looking at in this scenario was, I'm looking at a workspace with multiple laptops and then a bunch of miscellaneous details. Now, the next function that I hard-coded was something called OCR, which basically just lets you read text. Now, that photo right there is just this box right here. And when I say OCR, or I can say read this, or I can say what is this saying, it'll run the OCR program, and it's going to tell me right here that it's a Raspberry Pi 4 starter kit, and then it's going to say the Evo Quest Black. Now, to get this actually working, there were a lot of difficult challenges, and one of the main things is lighting. So in this case, the lighting is a little bit darker. It's not very ideal. So I had a workaround for that, and I'll show you a quick picture right here. On the left side, we can see our original image, something I drew in Photoshop, a simple hello world. And then what normal OCR models typically use is something called binary threshold. It basically takes the entire image, it sort of finds the average RGB level, the average color level, and then anything above or below that will immediately become purely black or white. Now, clearly, it's not that great. It's missing a couple letters, and they're not very bold. So I decided to use something called adaptive threshold, which instead of comparing a pixel to the entire image, it only compares pixels to the neighboring pixels. So in this scenario, we actually maintain all the letters. In addition, there is a very nice contrast around the hello world, so our OCR model can clearly tell what's going on. But in addition to the OCR, I also added some basic internet functions as all voice assistants should have. So in this case, I asked the bot, what's the fastest animal on Earth? And it returned that the cheetah is the fastest animal on Earth, reaching speeds of up to 75 miles per hour. Now, another key thing that I added was, you don't want this bot running all the time. If I'm having a simple conversation with my friend talking about really anything, I don't want this annoying voice to be in my ear all the time speaking, you know? Oh yeah, and just a side note, any output from the terminal does actually go out to my ears through this, but it's just, you can't hear it, so there's no point in having it. But anyways, continuing, if I say the words thank you, the bot will temporarily turn off until I say Aurora again. So I believe I say thank you right here, and then the bot will turn on. And then if I really want to fully shut down the program, I can turn Aurora on and then say either goodbye, quit, exit, or those three. And then the bot will fully turn off, and I won't have to deal with it anymore. Now, one of the main challenges that I had was CAD, or 3D printing. So in this case, I have my case right here and a camera mount, which I CAD'd myself. And I've gone through a lot of iterations of, especially this took a lot of tries to get to. And I think one of the main takeaways is planning ahead. A lot of the times when I tried CADing this, it either didn't fit the Raspberry Pi or I didn't have the right screws, so I had to go by my own. I think planning ahead and really making sure that whatever you have fits whatever parts you need is one of the most important steps in engineering. But for the future of my personal project of this, I think the first thing I want to do is have it be able to take photos and videos. I think that's one of the main things that all cameras should have, or should be able to do. And in addition, I want it to be able to go online. Like I can sort of see remotely what my camera's looking at, and among other things. The final modification I have is to have like sort of a real-time tracker, because what the bot does, it scrounges the internet for anything it can find. But if I asked it something like what time is it, it wouldn't know what time it is because no one's posting like what time it is every second, you know? Like if I asked what time it is, it'd probably say some bogus time at 3:22 p.m. So yeah, with that, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you. Yeah.
By the way, congratulations, it was awesome.
Thank you.
You said you embedded 2 commands in there. So I'm like there were 2 commands that you embedded.
Yes.
I'm wondering why didn't you just free flow ask OpenAI whatever you wanted to ask?
Yeah. So are you saying that why not just ask OpenAI to do the OCR?
Yeah, like open questions, because you can just send the image to OpenAI and it can tell you.
Yeah, so besides the OCR, you can ask OpenAI anything. It's like you're basically having a conversation with it. And then the object detection specifically, if you say that, it'll take a photo. But for the OCR, I wanted to learn OCR on my own. I know it's a really simple solution, which would be to take a photo, then send it to OpenAI and have it do all the work for me. But I thought that was a little boring because like I wanted to learn, try something new. So yeah.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
When you said your like the glasses for the bot like gives it to OpenAI, and how long does it take to get a response like back into your glasses from?
It's real time. It's like less than a second. It's really not that big of an issue. Yeah.